Hello, beautiful souls, and thank you for joining me in beautiful Nicaragua for this hip opening stretch. Today we're going to get started standing up. Bring your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, bending your knees, have a flat back, nice and tall. Bring your arms out to the side, bend a little bit deeper, and then reaching over towards the right side for a side stretch. And then up to center, over towards the left. Really focusing on bringing your knees out. Right away, we're opening up the hips. Back to center, one more time. Reach over. Up to center, over towards the left. And center. Bring your hands down, float them all the way up as you straighten your legs. Take a deep breath in, reach for the sky. Then lower your hands all the way down for a wide-legged forward fold. Bending one knee and the other. So start by bending the right knee, keeping the left straight. You can slowly start to let your head fall. Doing this at your own pace. Another option is to maybe putting your hands on your knees, moving your shoulders. Feel your hips move. Nice and gentle, loosening up the hips. Good. Then placing your hands onto the mat, heel toe your feet, maybe once or twice. Pivot your hands and your body towards one side. So let's start by having our left foot forward in our pyramid pose. Taking a couple breaths here as you melt your body over your left leg. Both toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, feel yourself melting forward over that leg. Maybe bring your hands a little bit closer to the top of the mat. Reach, reach, reach. Take another deep breath here. And then placing your hands onto the mat, bending the front leg, drop the back knee, and release the toe. So come into a low lunge. Just start by keeping your hands onto the mat, lifting your chest up. Good, and then walking your hands back, sit back, try to sit back onto your right heel, extending your left leg out, and just slowly walking your hands towards that foot. Reach from the midsection, like reach forward, nice and tall. Good. And then sitting over onto your hip, open that knee. So bring the knee nice and wide. You could have your foot out. Again, listening to your body. Reach towards your foot. Little side stretch as we open up the hips. And then come back up to center. Bring both knees in together. Find tabletop position. A little cat-cow. Come into your cat. Drop the belly, look up, deep breath in. Exhale, bring the chin in. Curve the spine, pushing your hands in towards the mat. And then coming into neutral, flip onto your toes. Come into your downward facing dog. Walk it out. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, do a little jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then stepping your right foot back, come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Bring your feet nice and wide, grab onto your elbows, bend both knees, and just sway from side to side. And let's switch sides by bringing our hands in front, flat back, heel toe your feet, maybe once or twice, and then picking up your toes, pivoting your feet over towards the other side. So if your left foot was in front, now it's your right. In our pyramid pose, taking a couple breaths, taking a deep breath in, exhaling, feeling your body sink closer and closer to your leg. Deep inhale and exhale. One more breath in and out, and then dropping the back knee, bending the front knee into our low lunge, bringing our chest forward. Maybe hear a little bit of action happening in town. If anybody knows what they're saying, you can let me know in the comments, because I don't know what they're saying. Take another breath in. Sinking deep. And then walking your hands back, sitting back onto your heel, extending the right or left leg wherever you're at. Bringing the foot out, reaching forward towards that foot. Feeling a nice hamstring stretch here. Big inhale, exhale, feel yourself come a little bit further. And then slowly coming up, opening up the hip a little bit more. So all we're doing is taking that knee and bringing it out as much as we can. Listening to our body, making sure we have no pain. And then reaching over towards our foot. Grab onto our foot or leg or shin, wherever we can grab. Nice, and then slowly come up, coming back into the tabletop position, a couple cat-cows. So curving the spine, chin in. Drop the belly, look up. Tuck the chin in. And then back to neutral, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Walk out your downward dog a little bit more. Ooh, yay. My mat is getting very hot in the sun. Take a breath in wherever you're at. And then lifting up the right leg, three-legged dog. And then bending the right knee, open up the hip. Really focus on lifting your right knee up to the sky. Let your heel bounce or be heavy. Try to keep your shoulders square. And then lower the right foot down. And then lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bending the left knee, open the hip. You could do a little like extend and then bend, and then letting your knee slowly come further out to the side. Both heels should be heavy. And then extending the leg, bring it back to meet the right. Roll forward into your high plank. Let's drop our knees, do a knees, chest, chin. Up into a cobra. Lower down. And then lift up into a upward facing dog. Deep breath in. Push your shoulders away from your ears. And then lifting up into your downward facing dog once more. 2 breaths. And then lower the knees. Release the toes. Come into a wide-legged child's pose. Bringing your fingertips to the top of the mat. Maybe your forehead is rested. And slowly make your way up. Reach your arms all the way up. Give yourself one more stretch. Tighten your core as you do this too. Nice little squeeze in the abs. And then lower your hands down. Just come into our Baddha Konasana. So we're bringing our heels, our toes together. Grabbing onto our feet, sitting up nice and tall. Start with doing maybe a little bounce. Bring your chest up forward. And then melting down. And roll up. Melting down, bringing your chest forward. And up. Good. And now a little windshield wiper. So start by bringing your toes and heels together. Parallel, hips are parallel, and just one side to the other. So our 90-90 or windshield wiper, whatever you want to call them, really good on the hips. All the way from one side to the other. Good. And then let both knees fall over to the right. Sit up nice and tall. Grab your left knee and bring it up. And then take your hand and try to push that leg open. So really opening up the hip here. And then lower the left knee, switching sides. So bring them over towards the left and then taking the right knee, pick it up, use the opposite. You could use your hand, you could use your elbow if you're not there. Try to keep the opposite knee on the ground. Good. Lower down. Bring both feet to the top of the mat. Roll your body all the way down. Give yourself a nice little stretch. Head to toe. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your side. Feet finding the mat. Lift your hips up for a bridge pose. Maybe bringing your arms over your head. Lift, lift, lift. Trying to keep your knees parallel. Don't bring your knees out too much. Squeezing your glutes. And then slowly lower your hips down. Give yourself a squeeze, bringing your knees into your chest, maybe a rock from side to side. And then have your feet find the mat once more. We're going to go into our Supta Baddha Konasana. So keep your feet or your heels, your feet together. We're opening up the legs. And let's close our practice here. Focus on keeping the core strong. Maybe placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Focusing on your breath. Just letting gravity do the work. Really feeling this in your hips. Should feel really nice. Pulling down your knees from either side. Maybe take this moment to give yourself a little bit of thanks and gratitude for the wonderful things in your life, for the wonderful people in your life. Maybe there's something you have looking forward to today. And know that you've done something for yourself that's going to help you in the future. It's going to help you, give you the body that will enable you to move and do the things that you want to do within your life. Good, and then bringing your knees together slowly, rolling over to one side, coming up to a comfortable seated position where I thank you with gratitude for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and I hope you enjoyed this class with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Take this beautiful, positive energy and share it with all those that you love. Namaste.